right, guys. So for writing this morning, we're going to be working on a new writing prompt. All right. And so our writing prompt for this week, and it's going to continue into next week. It's a writing prompt about someone you admire. So let's go ahead and read the prompt here. All right. So if this looks familiar, this is what the prompt looked like on your CDB. Okay. So it says first we start by reading the information in the box below. We admire other people for many reasons. We may admire heroes, performers, writers, or someone in our family. Think about the people you admire. Write about one person you admire. Explain why you admire that person. And then be sure to clearly state your central idea. So your central idea is who you admire. You're not writing about 5 different people you admire. You're writing about one person, okay? One person. Organize your writing. So you should have a beginning, or in this case, are 3 reasons with their examples. Develop your writing in detail. Okay, so this is an important part. Some of you, I'm saying, you give me a reason and your examples don't give me a whole bunch of detail. They don't really explain too much they don't really support your reason too well. So, for example, since we're writing about someone we admire, if you just say, I admire this person because they're awesome, and then you stop, that's not giving me enough detail. What do you mean? What makes that person awesome? Give me some examples of what do they do? What's their personality like? That's what it means about develop your writing in detail. All right. Choose your words carefully. So remember, we talked about dead words. Okay, try not to repeat the same word over and over and over again, or try to spice up your writing. Use words that people don't usually use. You can use the thesaurus.com or dictionary.com. And then also use correct spelling, capitalization, punctuation, grammar, and sentences. So I know that's a lot of things to try to remember. Punctuation should be the easier one. I'm still getting sentences that come without punctuation, no periods at the end. I'm getting the letter I that is lowercase when it's by itself. It should always be capitalized. Our spelling, we should be checking our spelling, okay? I'm not saying every single thing has to be perfect, but for the computer, it makes it a lot easier. If you have those little red squiggly marks underneath one of your words, you should be able to correct that spelling. Or ask a friend, okay? Or even ask for my virtual students at home. If you have mom and dad at home or a sibling that you can ask really quick, feel free to ask them. Grammar, we've been trying to work on grammar, okay? Are revising and editing. Do our sentences make sense? Are we missing anything? We just went over possessive nouns, all right? So those are things we need to keep in mind. So our prompt is to write about one person you admire. So your focus for today on what you're going to be doing for this writing prompt is you're going to be working on your brainstorming, okay? You need to brainstorm people you admire, right? I put 4 circles there for you. That doesn't mean you're going to write about all 4 of those people. Those are just ideas of people that you admire, okay? So let's talk about that word admire. Admire means to kind of look up to someone. All right, so I'll go ahead and I'll model the brainstorming for you. All right, so what I was saying, admire means someone that you kind of look up to. Okay, so for example, if I am brainstorming someone or people that I admire, well, I'm going to try to choose people that I can write enough about, that I can give enough details about to explain why I admire that person. What does that person do? What are their actions? What is their personality? Why do I admire them? Do I admire them because they're an honest person? Do I admire them because they're hardworking? Those are things you should be thinking about. If you say, oh, I admire Spider-Man, that's fine. But are you going to be able to give me enough details as to why you admire Spider-Man? Okay, what does he do that makes you admire him? Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Is he always hardworking? Is he brave? Is he courageous? Does he help people? Okay, so that's what we're trying to do. So let's see. For this prompt, I want us to try to choose people that are real in our lives. Okay, it did say in the prompt up here in this box, it says we admire other people for many reasons. We admire heroes, so that could be firefighters, police officers, doctors, nurses, things like that. We admire heroes, performers, writers, or someone in our family. So it doesn't have to be just someone in your family. It could be maybe a celebrity. But if you do a celebrity, you have to be able to give me enough detail as to why you admire them, enough to explain to me what makes you admire that person. Okay, so if I'm going to write out some of my people here that I admire, I could put, first of all, I would put my dad. I admire my dad. I could also put mom. All right. I tend to, let's see, I'm trying to think, why does it do that? Oh, come on. All right. If I was thinking about other people I admire, people that I could write enough about, well, I know quite a bit of information about J.K. Rowling. And if you don't know who J.K. Rowling is, she is the author of Harry Potter, the Harry Potter series. Okay? Let's see, who else could I write about? Another person. Maybe I could go with my brother. Now for me, for Miss Allen, it's a lot easier for me to write about someone I admire that is, oh, you know what? I'm going to take off my brother. It's easier for me to brainstorm about people that I actually know that are closer to me. So like friends, family. Celebrities are a little bit harder because I don't really know that much about them. I could also put my fiance, and his name is Devjan. Okay, so I have these 4 people as options that I could admire, that I could use to write this writing prompt. So from there, I need to just choose one. For one person, who am I going to be able to write enough information about? Okay, so I think for this one, I would choose my mom. And then from here, after you choose your person that you admire, you need to think, what are some reasons that you admire that person? Well, I'm just going to kind of list them here in this bubble. All right. I admire my mom because she's hardworking. She is helpful. And she's hardworking, helpful. Now, we try to do 3 reasons, right? That's what we use. So hardworking, helpful, intelligent. All right. Hardworking, helpful, intelligent. What else does she do? Why else do I admire her? She cares for others. Okay. And I can keep listing as many reasons as I need, but altogether, I'm only going to choose 3 that I want to write about. Okay, so after you do your brainstorming, you brainstorm some people you might want to write about. You choose that person, and then you list some reasons as to why you admire them. Hardworking, helpful, intelligent, cares for others. Your reasons might be different. That's okay. Okay, maybe if you did a celebrity, maybe they do the same career that you want to do, the same job. Okay, so that brings us to the next part that you will work on, which is your planning. Okay, now in we've done this before. You would do your introduction. This box is for your first reason. And notice I put 2 examples. I want you to give me 2 sentences that explain the reasons you admire that person. So since I'm talking about my mother, if I said my first reason, I admire my mom because she is so hardworking, I need to give 2 different examples about why she is hardworking. How is she hardworking? All right, I need to give examples for that. For example, she had a full-time job. She had a full-time job and would come home every day and cook dinner for our family from scratch. Okay, so that's one example. Then I need to give a second example. Okay, a second example that is different from the first one about how she is hardworking. Another example is that she always cleaned the house even when she was tired. Okay? Okay, so that is what I want you to focus on for today. You're going to do your brainstorming, and then you will work on your planning. All right.